You're listening to the Flip Houses Like a Girl podcast, where we educate, empower, and celebrate everyday women who are facing their fears, juggling family and business, embracing their awesomeness, and wholeheartedly chasing their dream of flipping houses. Each episode delivers honest to goodness tools, tips, and strategies you can implement today to get closer to your first or next successful house flip. Here's your spiky-haired, breakfast taco-loving host, house flipping coach, Debbie DeBeery.
Hey there. Thanks for taking the time to hang out with me for a little bit today. You know, I love, the whole point of this podcast is to inspire women to chase this dream of theirs. It happens to be flipping houses. And I do that by showing you that other women, everyday women, just like you and me, are out there doing the thing. They're out there flipping houses. They're out there building houses. They're out there chasing their dreams. So this episode is no different. I want to introduce you to one of my students. I love her so much. Her name is Rochelle. She's been a member in my coaching community for 2 years now. And she's just awesome because she just goes and does. So if she has something that she's curious about, she goes after it. That's all you can do, right? Is chase your curiosities. So I hope this episode inspires you to go chase your curiosities. All right. So Rochelle is going to talk about how she went from flipping houses to new construction because she was curious. All right. So let's get in and talk to her about her first actual 3. She's about to start her 3rd new construction project. All right. Let's hear what she has to say. She's going to talk to us about the steps she went through, any hurdles that came up, and how flipping houses and building houses, how they compare and any differences. All right, let's talk to Rochelle. I'm not even going to pretend that didn't happen. For the sake of transparency, we're doing this. We're recording this call again. And this time I'm hopeful it sticks. So thanks for jumping back on the call with me.
That's great.
Oh my gosh. That's part of it, right? We have to be able to handle what comes our way and go with the flow. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So, if you would just let folks know, where you're located and a little bit about yourself.
All right. So I'm Rochelle Horton. I'm located in the Austin area, and I am pretty new to this real estate setting, but I am flipping homes and doing new builds and have some more stuff coming.
Nice. I love it. Okay. So you did your first flip in 2019. And then I know it feels like we just had this conversation. And then you decided to do a new construction. What made you, what sparked that curiosity there?
So with me, I just wanted to see how things worked for a house that's not existing yet. And I just wanted to see the very beginning from start to, from the woods to the actual house. So that's what it was for me. Just wanting to see another part of it without it already existing.
Okay. And so you have purchased 3 lots, 4 really, because you're about to start your 3rd. The first lot that you bought that you didn't build on, what happened with that one?
So when I purchased that lot, my understanding was it was a county lot. I come to find out it was a city lot. So when we got ready to do permitting and things, it was just a lot of holdups. It was going to prolong me for 9 months. So I just made a decision to sell it and purchase another lot that was actually verified county.
Okay. And you made a profit on that lot
Yep,
you flipped?
I made about a $4,000 profit.
Uh-huh. Which was in the lot was 18,000 when you bought it. So you made like 40%, 30, let's see,
And I didn't even
25%,
have it. Yeah,
25% profit.
I didn't even have it for a year.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's amazing when your eyes are open and you're willing to change your plan, you can still make a profit. Like
Right.
you went in wanting to build, and then guess what? That wasn't going to work the way you wanted it to work on that lot. And so you pivoted and you chose another strategy and you sold it and you made a profit. Easy peasy.
Yes.
I love it.
I
Okay.
basically made enough money to get the permits for the next build.
Uh-huh. See, there you go. Rolling it over. All right. So then you had a second lot, and what made you choose, because you built in Bastrop, what made you choose that area over any of the other areas around Austin?
So I had built a relationship with a realtor, and he was telling me, Bastrop is booming. There's stuff going on. He has clients going out there looking for homes to buy. So I told him to send me the comps. He sent them to me. We looked it over, and I decided to build out there.
The data doesn't lie, right? Show me those comps.
Data does not lie.
And okay, so you decided to build out there. Now, how did you find your GC? How did you decide who was going to be your builder? Because my guess is it wasn't going to be somebody you used at all on repairs or fixing up houses prior.
Right. So I went in Facebook on Investor Underground, and I spoke to about 9 or 10 GCs, and I just started off, in the beginning, not really knowing what I was talking about, but like sending them my budget, telling them what I wanted to do. And they were coming back with these outrageous numbers, or the vibe just wasn't, good. Their energy wasn't good. And I just felt like during the build, I was either going to feel like I was getting on their nerves, or I don't know, it just didn't work for me. So like by the 9th or 10th person, I was asking questions, and I really wasn't even ready because I didn't have all my stuff together. But believe it or not, he stuck it out with me for the 6 or 7 months getting ready to do the build. He didn't ever disappear on me or anything. He strung it out. So I knew he was the one.
That's amazing. Okay, what happened in that 6 to 7 months? What were you doing during that time?
During that 6 or 7 months, COVID hit. And so my original hard money lender put all the new construction money on hold, and I was just waiting and waiting and waiting. And I was like, I wanted to be loyal and I wanted to finish out the project with them. But one day I just woke up like, look, I got to keep it moving. And I contacted the Lone Ranger, and they was like, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, I think that's one of the hardest things that I've had to learn, and I'm constantly learning it, is that because I'm like you, I'm loyal, man. I am super loyal. And with contractors or with lenders or with anyone really that's holding things up, like they're not pulling through and it's costing me money.
Right.
And it took me a while to be like, no, no, like you have to get rid of people who aren't working out for you right then. It doesn't mean that you can't ever use them again. It doesn't mean any of that, but it does mean that if they're not working for you right now, it's a business decision. You got to get rid of them, but it's hard. It's really hard to do that.
And the thing for me was I was going to closing the next week. So for you to pull the plug on me, like my feelings were so hurt.
And then you reached out to Lone Ranger. Now, let me ask you this. Lone Ranger Capital, I love them. I adore them. Yes. If you're in Texas, you better be talking to Lone Ranger Capital. Let them know we sent you. But no, let me ask you this. Your terms that you had with the previous hard money lender, how did those compare with the terms that you ended up getting with Lone Ranger?
I don't remember. I don't think they were too far off.
Okay, because I know. I didn't ask you that on our first
Yeah,
interview earlier today.
I don't think they were too far off. I don't remember them being too far off. Oh,
Okay.
the only thing that I would say is different. The percentage was 9% versus
Mhm.
Lone Ranger was 12.
Mhm. Did they
That was
finance? They were going to finance pretty much all of it as well?
yes, they were gonna finance the whole project.
Okay, awesome. So 100% financing exists. Um, and that's two lenders that you were able to do that with. So yes, it is possible. Now, was the process any different getting approved for the new construction loan than it was when you got a loan for a flip through Lone Ranger?
No.
Yeah. And then okay, so you ended up financing the whole thing. COVID hit, that lender dropped the ball, you moved to a new lender, got it all financed, and then hit the ground running. All right. Now, how long did that first uh, project take to build when they broke ground?
4.5 months from beginning
Okay.
to
And then you sold it quickly.
yes.
Now, the one thing that, well, let me ask this. Was the GC making all the decisions or were you choosing like some of the design stuff?
So he did make majority of the decisions except for the design.
Okay. So nice. You got to do the design. How did that feel?
I was stressed.
I had a feeling.
For so look, I like designing,
Uh-huh.
but I don't like designing. So because I like how it looks when it's apart, but then
Right.
when it's together, it's like, did I do that? Is that what happened? It just didn't. Some of it was like, but then when people were coming in, they was like, no, it's good. And
Uh-huh.
then in my head, I'm like, no, that's clashing. That doesn't look right.
Uh-huh.
And look, it's sold.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now, there was one design choice that you made, and then okay, let's talk about the exterior paint. What happened there?
Oh, so I knew in the beginning. So at the end, I ended up using a lot of silvers, which I said I was not going to use like the silver gray era that
Yeah.
everybody does.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I'm doing browns. I'm doing different tones of brown. So I said, I'm going to do a dark brown and a lighter brown or like a nude. So I go in, I pick the nude and everything's good. So they put it on the house and it starts looking like a Barbie doll house. It's like pink. And I'm just like, no, I want to change it. But then I was just like, you know what? This is my first one. Let's put it on the market. Let's see what the feedback we get. The feedback was mixed. So somebody that was really interested actually said, you know, if it wasn't pink, I would have bought it. And I said, you know what? I just told the GC, just change the color. But somebody had looked at it while it was pink and they ended up going under contract but I had already changed the color.
Uh-huh.
So whatever. But I still don't like the pink. So I didn't like the pink. So it's fine.
I mean, but really, you can't please everybody.
Right.
Like there was somebody who didn't want the pink, and also,
Right.
you can paint, lady. Like you can buy the house and you can paint the exterior a different color if you want.
Yep.
Okay. Now, were there now I know on your flip there were surprises. How
Right.
did the new build compare to the flip? Were there any surprises or was it pretty much just following a recipe, basically?
It was pretty much following a recipe. There weren't the only thing I knew about it, I know when we ordered some windows, some were broke, but I didn't find out about it till after they were already put in. So it wasn't a problem for me, clearly, because I didn't even know about it. It just got fixed. It just got handled. And I found out later. But if there were surprises, that's how me and my GC work. If you can fix it, you can make a decision to fix it, long as you're not breaking the bank, you know? So
Yep.
I don't know about anything, basically.
Yeah, I love it. That's amazing. So yeah, if there were issues, it wasn't put on you. It was just
Right.
handled.
Right.
Dang. That's awesome. Okay. Now, I guess then there probably weren't budget surprises. Like it
No,
was, yep. All right. It's just a prescription. Like it's just a recipe.
right.
You just follow the recipe. Did So for me, I love solving problems. And
Right.
so I do like building, but it's that problem solving and like that it's almost like I enjoy putting myself through pain because I like the up and down, even though I hate it, but I like the up and down and the problem solving. Did you miss any of that at all? I'm going to guess no, since you're on your third new build. Did you miss
It's not
any of
that it's not that I didn't miss it. I think I think it's just all about, for me, it's all about the team.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
just because even having problems in like issues with the flip, it's just all about the team. Like, we're gonna cry about it, or we're gonna boss up and get it handled and get the house sold. Like, so even with the new construction, if it's something going on, we're gonna cry about it, or we're gonna boss up and get it fixed. So that's just with anything. That just goes with everything. So I
Yeah.
mean, you
Yep.
just, and even if it's something with the budget, at the end of the day, it's like, are we gonna cry about it and go into another month paying this payment? Or are we just gonna pay what needs to be paid so we can put it on the market? So
Right. Yes. You know, that attitude, we share that attitude.
yeah,
It's like, great, just handle it and keep going, right?
yep,
Like you don't have to break down and let it like put you in pieces on the floor. Handle
right,
it and move on. That's something that is when I see that in people, I'm like, oof, yeah, that's tough to be in business. And be able to because you have to be able to handle the things that come your way and not let it just totally destroy you.
right.
So you're on you basically did your second one. I feel like you did your second one simultaneously with your first. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay.
started it at the very tail end. So like, we
Oh,
started building the first one in June. We finished it the middle of October, and we broke ground on the other one in the middle of September.
okay. Okay. That's making sense because I'm like, I don't understand this timeline. It's like the second house went up in like a month and sold in negative 2 weeks. It just the second one happened so fast. And I know you were posting a lot about your first one. And that's probably why. Like we just saw that one so much. Now you broke ground on your third one.
I haven't broke the ground on it. We're actually closing in the middle of February.
That's right. Okay, that's right. Same builder. You're using the same builder.
Yes.
Did that builder come with plans or did you buy the plans separately and he's following them?
He's following them. I did my own floor plan.
Okay. Oh, look at you.
Yep.
Did you do your own floor plan the first time?
Yes. So I'm actually doing a repeat, because on my second build, I actually worked with my builder on that one.
Okay.
So he came with his floor plan on that one.
Okay.
So, okay. So on this one that we're doing, the first one I did, it was my own floor plan. I got it from the plan factory. And then this third one that I'm doing, I'm gonna do it again, but I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna add some upgrades to it.
Very cool. Now, are there any little things like during the due diligence period, like when we are buying a house to flip, we've got to make sure we've got inspectors going in and we've got to line this up and make sure this number is good and make sure all these numbers work. What was it, or is there something similar in that period before you build a house or even before you decide on this lot that you're doing, like soil testing, or what are you doing that is that is specific to new builds?
So yeah, we're doing soil testing. We're doing I have to make sure with the permits that I can get permits, first of all.
Yeah.
And I have to make sure and confirm that they're county. And then I have to make sure that I can do that square footage on that lot.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's
And you're
about
doing
most of it.
you're confirming basically you're getting the soil testing and then you're confirming all of the other stuff with the county permitting office. Is that right?
Right, because like on some lots, it might say you only can build a house that's 1,200 square feet versus
Right.
some of them, it might have to be 1,500 square feet. It can't be smaller. So they have like stuff like that.
And that's neighborhood restrictions. Is that right?
Right,
That's the neighborhood. Yep.
right.
Okay. Got it. See, that's important information to know. So you're still doing
And
some
in
due
that,
diligence. It's just different.
yeah, and in that neighborhood, all the homes have to be site built. They don't allow mobile homes or anything anything like that. So
Okay. How built out is that subdivision? Gosh, I feel like they've been building on that in there for, gosh, 15 years.
I don't know, but it's pretty huge.
It's still going. I
Yep.
love it. That's great. That's great. Now, what's your favorite part of the new build process? If there is a favorite part that's different than the flip process.
Just looking at the process, like
Yeah.
literally seeing the woods, go to a home step by step. I mean, seeing the walls, seeing the wire, I just like enjoyed the whole process of seeing just every little step of the way. Like
Yeah.
just going from, especially uh the exciting part is going from that wooded lot and it get cleared. It's like, okay, now it just got real.
Uh-huh. I remember watching your I think you had some videos about that, I think.
Yes, and me sitting
Uh-huh.
on the foundation, I was super
Yeah.
excited.
I love it. I love it.
Yep.
Now, with your new build, were there any different kinds of fears? Like with a flip, it's like, gosh, I hope I don't go over budget, really worried about the numbers. Was there anything different with the new build?
You said it, like going over budget. I was
Yeah.
worried about that, and the only other fear that I always put in my head is just like the saying, anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Mhm.
So it's kind of just like, okay, what's gonna happen? How am I gonna deal with it? What's gonna pop up? I just every day during the build, you're kind of just like, is anything gonna happen today?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah,
Waiting
but
for that
nothing
phone
really.
to ring. Waiting for it to ring.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you wish you had done differently on your first build or your second build?
Well, the first bill taught me the lesson for the second bill to do the due diligence. So that's kind of where I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
So the first bill taught me, hey, you need to go and check those county lines. You need to
Mhm.
make sure that you can build on it. And
Mhm.
that's another thing. That's why I ended up selling that lot, because the city was not going to allow me to build my floor plan on that lot. They wanted a 2-story or something smaller. So it just wasn't going to work. So just doing the due diligence and knowing,
Mhm.
things like that.
Got it. Now, is there anything that I'm forgetting? I feel like we touched on everything. Is there anything that we haven't touched on that you want listeners to know or to
No,
hear?
just my pet peeve. Do you remember that?
I do. Let's do it.
So, I mean, just for me, I know a lot of people are like looking online. They're like watching, I mean, even in the group, watching people building, watching
Mhm.
people flipping,
Mhm.
and they come in your inbox and they ask, like a million questions,
Mhm.
but some of them never plan on executing,
Mhm.
or some of them don't think they can execute, or just that. I just want people to believe in themselves more and invest in mentors. There's nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong with having a mentor,
Mhm.
but also making that sacrifice, because you hear a lot of people saying they don't have the money. And I'll
Mhm.
be the first one to tell you that I love to shop and I love to travel. I
Mhm.
wasn't negotiating travel, but I negotiated shopping, and I invested in a mentor. I mean, I went from having one mentor, which is Debbie, to having like 5 now. And I
Awesome.
and I just love it because it's kind of like a cheat sheet. I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I don't have to figure this out by myself.
Mhm.
And I just wish more people did that, instead of thinking that maybe somebody that's been in the program has to spare their time. I spend a lot of time
Right.
telling people, hey, this is my mentor. Go
Right.
invest in it so you can understand it. I don't feel like I'm at a place yet to be teaching it. And to be honest, I don't think I'll ever really be a teacher. Remember, I said that, right? Okay. So, but I like to send everyone to who I learned it from,
Right.
because if you see me being successful, that's the person behind it. Like that's who you need to jump on their bandwagon
Yeah.
and do it and just do it. Like just
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Like I have multiple business coaches and I will always have coaches. I firmly believe in paying people to learn from them. And it's a shortcut. Like you get all of their years of errors and mistakes.
Yes.
you get to avoid that.
Yes.
No,
Like
I'm
I don't
totally
mind
with you.
having the small conversations, but I can't dedicate like how you do dedicate your time to it, your patience to it.
Yeah.
I just can't. I just really wish a lot of people that reach out to me would just go straight to you. Just do work.
Bypass. Put them on the toll road.
Yep.
Um, well, thank you. I appreciate your kind words. And I just like you are just awesome. You know, I love you and I love working with you because you go and do. That's the thing. Like I can tell you what to go do, but if you don't actually go do it,
Right.
then it's there like I can't do that part. So you fully take responsibility for yourself and your actions. You take responsibility for where you are. Like that's what we have to do. And then from there, take action. So then you've never been one to not take action. And you have really cool stuff you're involved with. Like you've got the new builds, you've got this other new business you're starting.
Yes.
Yeah. Like it's just I love seeing it. And I think you're awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for getting back on the phone with me.
And my hair is did now.
See, we could have done the video after all. And I'm grateful. Like, just thanks for being you. Thanks for being in the community. And thanks for taking time to share your story because I know it will inspire other people.
I hope so. I hope it helps somebody.
Yep, it will. It will.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Rochelle.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. There you have it. You have part of Rochelle's story and part of her journey. And I know that that's going to inspire some of you to go get into action and you're going to want help because you don't want to screw up, right? So here's the thing. I'm about to open the program up, our awesome coaching program up for the first time publicly since last April. All right. So if you want to have a community of women supporting you and helping you and guiding you and cheering you on and picking you up when you get knocked down, that's what we do. We're really, really good at it because we're intentional about the community we create. So here's the thing. If you want to be part of that and you want help on your house flipping journey, go to firstflipdoneright.com, put your name on the wait list, and I will let you know as soon as I open the doors publicly. All right. And that's going to be very soon. So go to firstflipdoneright.com, put your name on the list, and let's do this. Let's chase your curiosities and do so with support. The support is what's missing in most courses out there. Not going to lie. The support is the differentiating factor for sure. All right. Put your name on the list. Let's do this. You know the drill. Until next time, go out there, flip houses like a girl, leave people and places better than you find them, and make it a great day. Bye, y'all.